to another edition of the Saturday Sports Blast Show. My name is Ralph Williams. I am your host, along with Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit and Leo Haggerty. This morning, we were operating on a different software because of every Saturday morning we seem to have technical issues with StreamYard, so we're working on a different software this morning. So please work with us today. We are not on Facebook. We are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, Kick, and we're also simulcast on Pensman Sports as well. Also, this morning we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the AFC South this morning. As far as that goes, UFL news. What do you hear? Some of this stuff that's interesting. Tony Romo suspended from CBS. We'll talk about that, and a lot more coming up this morning here on the Saturday Sports Blast Show. All right, let's get started with our panel. We'll go with Pensman Sports. Pensman, welcome to the program. Hey there, Pensman.
Thanks for having me, and I'm glad you can actually hear me today. So let's get the show rolling. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I've had to put you on by phone. Leo Haggerty from Amped Up Sports. Welcome, Leo. How are you this morning?
Hanging in there, guys. A little bit of a cold, so if you see me go off and on, don't panic. Another went to Bucks practice yesterday. So, again, USF opens up Wednesday. The insanity commences.
Oh, yes, it does. Brian Pettit from Sports Break Media. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, you can find me on multiple platforms. My name is Brian Pettit. I do Sports Break Media on the YouTube, and you can find me on there anytime, any day. So, yeah. And I will just announce this. I just passed 250 subscribers.
All right. So, yeah. Way to go, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, hey, and if you want me to lead it off, I can lead it off real quick.
Let's go.
So,
all right.
I want to get Leo's real quick.
Go ahead. You do your thing, and then we'll move into everything else. Go ahead.
Okay, Leo, real quick, since I know you got to leave at 11. What do you think about this women pro baseball league that's opening up actually today? They're having their first game, and they have actually 4 teams in it. New York, Boston, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. This is a women's now a baseball league that's returning as of today. You know?
You know what? I saw that about 6 months ago, and they were trying to start with 6 or 8. They got 4, which means, there's going to be a lot of L.A., San Fran, New York, Boston games, and then they'll just flip-flop the coasts. But I was going to apply as an umpire just to see what exactly they're doing, because I want to see if their umpires are women. But it should be interesting because, baseball is baseball. I think people tune in for the novelty of it, but they better have something to hook to keep people into it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to watch actually the game at 3:00. So, I'm going to actually watch it on one of the ESPN. They said it's going to be on ESPN or YouTube. And they actually said today that the tickets have been sold out for about a week now. So
where are they playing the first game at?
They are playing at the something Robert Williams Stadium. Robin Robert Stadium somewhere. I don't know where that is. Okay. But that's where they're playing all the games at, I guess, this week and next week. So it's today it's got a game at, at 3:00 at 5 p.m. and then tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. So they're playing at the same thing. So they're just alternating. One team goes after the next. That's how they're doing it. So it's only like one game a day, kind of a day. They have one Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So different teams.
Yeah, and all 4 of the teams will show up at one site for the first round, and then they'll move to another city. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, something like that. Or no, they're going to actually stay there the whole time.
Oh.
So
it'll be hard to get fans behind them. The UFL found that out. You can't be a team from Philadelphia and play in Birmingham.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Speaking of Birmingham, since Leo mentioned it, we're going to get into this. The UFL has dissolved the Birmingham Stallions. And I've said this many times. I'll say it again. How in the world does Birmingham lose a football team when they have really nothing there other than what they have college-wise and whatnot? And it seems like for some strange reason, Birmingham did not support this football team. We'll start with you, Leo. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on the UFL dissolving the Birmingham Stallions, of all teams to dissolve?
Well, you know what, Ralph? I'm not surprised, because when you go to Birmingham and you ask people, who's your favorite team, you're either Auburn or Alabama. I mean, you're fighting an uphill battle with anything other than that. That's how strong it is in the state of Alabama. I don't know how they couldn't get people to come there unless it was, the tickets were exorbitant. But, you hate to lose a franchise. I got a feeling they dissolved Birmingham, but they're going to have to come up with another place, because you cannot play in a league with an odd number. The ACC is finding that out right now, that they got 17 teams. That means one team is not playing 1 week. In fact, they got, Brian, I don't know if you heard this, but the ACC, I think there's 11 teams going to 9 games, and the other 6 are 8 and 1 outside. So it's the ACC is going to have to add another team some way, somehow.
Yeah, and it better be, I don't know who it would be, but yeah, they got some problems going on that one. And everything that I've been hearing, of the ACC and all that, they better need to get some bigger team in there, because their conference is not looking too good. And, if they want to stay relevant like the Big Ten and big SEC, so we'll see. They have to draw the money first.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Pensman. Your thoughts on this? Here, Pensman.
Well, now that the Stallions are out, maybe Dallas can win something now. Maybe Dallas can win something now that the Stallions are out. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, Houston's out too. The Houston Gamblers are also out.
I'm not surprised with this.
Well, I'm not either, but I was kind of surprised about Houston. So, but anyway, all right, let's move into this. Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on this? Go ahead.
It's kind of a bad situation all in all, because now that they really don't have nothing there, but there's not a lot of fans. And can we see this trending down and down and down about the football? Can we see it going away in a couple of, like the Live Tour? Talk about that too. The Live Tour is leaving, so maybe they didn't make the money, because you got to make the money somehow. You're not producing big football. No,
not at all. All right.
You know what, guys? I think we're at a crossroads right now for women's sports, and the WNBA is going to determine this. If people just start turning that off, they're going to turn off women's soccer. They're going to turn off women's baseball. They're going to turn off pretty much everything. And the WNBA hadn't figured that out yet. That's the worst part, is they just still have no clue how to market this. And it's amazing that the NBA, who is basically bankrolling this, doesn't tell, hey, look, let us take this over. You need to change, because it ain't working. And, ESPN is pumping everything behind it. And it's crazy. The two things that ESPN is pushing right now is wrestling and women's basketball. I don't get it. I mean, I know there's a niche for that, but dear God, you got football, NCAA, NFL. You got baseball coming up to their most important time of the season. Why are you not jumping on that bandwagon? I'm going to call the WNBA the Titanic of sports, because it looks like it's sinking.
Yeah, you're exactly correct. WNBA is not working really well. It hasn't for a long time. And then the 3 women that are involved, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and the other one that was just drafted not too long ago, they were supposed to carry the WNBA, and now they're fighting amongst each other, and there's marketing issues and just all kinds of stuff. I don't think they have any idea what they really want to do with that. So, but we'll see what happens there. UFL wise, if you ask my thoughts on this, I think this is there are two story teams. The Houston Gamblers and the Birmingham Stallions are now gone. And where does the UFL go from here? They're going to have to really market themselves in a different way. All right, let's move on. Tony Romo suspended from CBS. JJ Watt will take his place. Tony Romo is getting what he deserves, but at least CBS has taken action. There are certain politicians in Allegheny County that have done things that have not been fired or suspended, or whatever. Tony Romo's suspended right now, could get fired for what he did. Brian, we'll start with you. Go ahead, Tony Romo.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, you're going to get, we talked about it a little bit, any job that you have, if you get a DUI, arrested, or anything, if it's not like one of those things, but when you get DUI, it kind of brings down the whole entire, I mean, do you want a drunk person on your team or your broadcast and going, oh, he's got DUI now? Do you kind of want that kind of figure on your network or whatever, because all they're going to do is, I mean, it's the same thing with everybody, you're a public eye. You're supposed to say, I guess, clean or whatever you want to call it. But no, I just think that's a bad situation. And, he might can recover from this, but he lost his job, and that's expected from everybody,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Pensman, go ahead.
I'm not surprised, like Brian said, but I just don't understand why all the athletes are getting in trouble. They're always Justin Tucker with the 10 women thing, Warren Sapp with the sexual scandal thing. I just don't understand it. Aaron Hernandez, he went wacko when he got famous. I don't get it. He just, like I always say this week in and week out, just go your job and go home. That's all you got to do to survive life. I don't understand why you have to play around with other things. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree. Leo, go ahead.
Let me come at this from another angle. If this was the teacher, 10 minutes later, they'd have their pink slip. Bottom line, the fact that he's suspended, the fact that they didn't just come out and say, you're fired. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, guys, if you're hearing these rumors, but there's a lot of talk in the media community that he was coming to broadcast totally unprepared, that he was just coming in and winging it. So I don't think there's a whole lot of remorse from CBS, because I think they were looking for a way to get rid of him, because he was not showing up prepared. And he was just, okay, I think this is going to happen. And hope to heck that's what happened. Now, you can get away with that because you're just prognosticating. But from what we're hearing, it got out of control.
Yeah, it has. It really has gotten out of control. And it's just that, with some of these guys, athletes that do this, people who think because they got this big broadcasting job that they're untouchable. And, that really isn't the case. And it shouldn't be the case for some of these companies need to step up and, start firing some of these people. You're just the same as anybody else. The only difference is you make a couple bucks more than me and your face is on TV and you got 50,000 viewers and all that stuff when I'm struggling to get 10. So,
you know what, guys, and real quick, let's stay on this subject. Look at what's going on with Kyle Shanahan out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to throw that to you first because I don't know what you're hearing, but 11 days before they even brought this to the forefront, what are you hearing?
Brian, go ahead. You're the San Fran 49er guy.
I think that everything's resolved now, but I don't know because I haven't really paid attention to it. But what it sounds like is he's going to have charges because, as all things that he took responsibility, but I don't think that he should be fired. But I think that he has going to have to pay, the person that actually had the accident. When you're looking at a phone, you're not supposed to have a phone in your hand. So I think he'll get charged there. But, I don't think he'll be fired because he wasn't drinking. He was looking at his phone. But he should. I mean, that's not as bad as what Romo did.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, but still,
what's starting to come out is that they kind of tried to pin this on this 21-year-old girl as causing it.
yeah.
And, that all of a sudden there's been a firestorm and that. Now, whoa. You may have ruined this girl's life. And then they come back out and said, no, he was at fault.
Yeah,
He
even he said
why,
that.
Why did it take 11 days? All the 49ers had to do was come out and say, hey, we've got an announcement. Coach Shanahan, was it an auto accident? When we have more information, we'll get back to you. But to wait 11 days, if that doesn't scream, we're trying to come up with a narrative to cover this up. Wow.
Okay, here I got San Francisco Gate, which is a news reporting on the internet here. ESPN story says 49ers stop Kyle Shanahan from releasing a crash report, which means, like you said, Leo, they're trying to keep this away from everybody. And that's, you can't do that, especially when you're running and if I'm Roger Goodell, I get involved in this and figure out something here. It's some kind of punishment or something for this because, the public has a right to know. And when you do this, that's the type of stuff you just don't do. You know what I mean?
And I can see waiting 11 days because they're saying he had a concussion. But just come out right away up front. Coach Shanahan was in an accident. When we have more information, we'll release it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
From what I understand, and Ralph, you just said that, they tried to suppress the police report.
Right. Yes, that's what San Francisco Gate is reporting. Go ahead, Pensman, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I just don't understand, like you guys been saying. I don't know why they would wait. I don't understand it, but why are they covering up? If you cover up something in 11 days, they're trying to edit something or white out something. I don't know. It just seems suspicious to me.
Yeah, I think they're going to get in trouble on this one, but we're going to find out. Okay, now the police here. Now, here's a report from ESPN who says that the police in Santa Clara, the Palo Alto police did not cite San Francisco 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan for causing the car crash in which he was seriously injured in an officer's discretion. That's a spokesman person for ESPN that said that statement. So that's from ESPN. All right. So there you are about Kyle Shanahan. Brian, go ahead. Well, we already got your thoughts on it. Yeah, that's fine. I believe that the 49ers should be punished by the league for not releasing this information. This is pertinent information. And also, I hope they handle this internally. And I don't understand why they're trying to cover this up and protect Kyle Shanahan. He's an employee just like anybody else. And he needs to set the example as a head coach that you don't get into car crashes holding your cell phone in your hand. There's other ways of doing things. I don't even answer my phone when I'm driving my van. I just let my stuff go into voicemail. And then if I'm pulled over or if I'm waiting for my wife or my mom to come out of a doctor's appointment or something, then I will get on the phone and start talking to people. But
guys, let me throw the conspiracy theory up a notch. What if the 49ers contacted the NFL and the NFL told them to sit on it?
Yeah.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. Exactly. Yes. That would be really bad for the NFL if they did that. And that's just, what's been happening with that. Okay, Now let's move on. We're going to get into our NFL talk.
Just give as a punishment. Just give Mike Williams to the Steelers. That's their punishment.
There you go. There you go. All right. Today we're going through all the NFL divisions leading up to the season. Starting in September, we will be going back to our college football show, which we did last year, and then we will bring back the Saturday Sports Blast show after college football has been satisfied. So I just want to let everyone know that. And all right, let's get into the AFC South, which we're going to talk about today. And we're going to get into those, each team one by one. So let's see what we have. All right, Houston Texans. Let's get started with them. They don't look too bad again this year. Could they be in the playoffs? We're going to find out this division could be a flip flop, but they have a new coach at Tennessee. Jaguars, is there a sophomore slump? The Colts, Shane Steichen on eggshells. What's going on there? A lot of different storylines here with this division. We'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
I think they actually can. They've talked this week, or they've been talking about like they can actually make a good run during the playoffs. But we'll see how they play. I mean, we're just a couple of days away from next Thursday, having actually a game.
Yes.
So,
right.
The Hall of Fame game. So this is going to be actually interesting. But I mean, as we always say, you got to stay healthy. I mean, we can't really predict what they're going to do because you got to stay healthy, and you got 17 games plus, and then you got the playoffs. So a lot of things can change. You can say right now, oh, they're a top contender for that division, but you got to stay healthy. And we just noticed this week that a lot of these a lot of these players right now are getting hurt. If you look at the injury list, there's some great teams with some great players that are got injured so far, this week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Mike McCarthy's taking a lot of heat with the Steelers right now because he's not doing any kind of tackling during training camp. He says he wants to get the tackling up to speed, and he wants the guys looking at film and going into some technique stuff and things like that. And and that also does help in injury wise. So we'll see. Leo, go ahead. Your thoughts on the Houston Texans in this AFC South?
You know what? But before we go on, I'm going to talk to you about a question I asked Antoine Winfield yesterday, which I'm going to put up tomorrow because the answer that Cody Mott gave was phenomenal. He went up this morning. But I asked him, you go to war with these guys. How much of etiquette do you have to take in consideration when you're going full speed? He said, absolutely. We don't want to go out there and really hurt somebody. I still say that the first 4 games of the NFL is training camp. It's preseason because now for the first time these guys are playing, 60 minutes, 60, 70 snaps. 2 years ago, if someone would have said the biggest problem in Houston would be the quarterback, you'd have said, no, that's not going to happen. But you know what? C.J. Stroud, he's on a short leash because everybody in Houston is saying the only missing piece is that quarterback to step up and start being that franchise guy because that defense is lights out for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that one. All right. Houston Texans. Go ahead, Pensman.
Well, the Steelers lost to the Houston Texans in the first round. And the question is CJ Stroud going to be who he was when he first came in? We don't know what kind of player CJ Stroud's going to be. So that's a good team. It's a good defense. It's a good defensive line. They have a good offensive line. Their wide receiver core is good, but we'll see. I have a feeling they're going to be division champions, though.
Oh yeah, it could happen. Brian, go ahead.
But I like to add one.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Pensman. Go ahead.
No, I like to add one thing, and Ralph, you already know this. There is problems in Cincinnati because you guys were talking about the no contact. Jamar Chase got hit in training camp, and there was a huge fight in day one. So there's problems in Cincinnati. So, oh well.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
No, he
WKRP.
There you go.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I already did that one. Talked about it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yeah. The situation in Cincinnati, and like I said, Mike McCarthy took a lot of heat this week, Steeler head coach, because he doesn't want to have tackling during training camp. He wants to work on film study, technique, things like that. And hey, I don't have a problem with it as long as it doesn't look like we're going to be flat for the first 5 games because we didn't tackle in training camp.
Ralph, I got a question for you. I got answer to this one too.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think I answered this one. But no, Ralph, what do you always say when you actually view and Pensman too? What do you always see from Pittsburgh that you don't like about the whole entire this year in the past couple of years? What is the number one thing that you said?
Mediocrity. 9-8. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, but what do you see during the game that you're saying missed what?
Oh,
What
missed tackles. It's not only missed tackles, but disorganization. I had Ray this afternoon from 2 to 3 p.m. on Sports Corner radio show. We're going to have Ray Fittipaldo on, and Ray said it's like night and day. I mean, he's
so maybe he saw something in the whole entire offensive lineup where these guys are not tackling. We're going back to fundamentals, and that's why they're getting extra time in the train. In the film study and technique, everything. Well, that's what John Gruden does. He gets there's quarterbacks in there, and he breaks it down and says, "Hey, you're not doing this. You need to do this." He's changing the whole entire aspect for Pittsburgh. For that, and I think it's actually a pretty good thing that he's actually doing. I mean, he's teaching them.
He's thinking outside the box. He's got a different way of doing things, and I like this idea. I like it. I do too. I mean, I think that, last year, I'm sorry, mediocre Mike Tomlin lost his team, and that's what happened to him. And so all right, Jacksonville Jaguars, Liam Cohen. Leo, go ahead. This is your area here. Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, go ahead.
You know what? And I'm going to lean on Brian a little bit. I think Jacksonville repeats because, Brian, if we see anything close to what Trevor Lawrence was at Clemson, look out. Would you agree?
I agree, total. And there's another aspect too. You got 2 running backs now, and you got what's his name coming back as a wide receiver. You know, from last year, he missed
pretty much the entire season last year.
Yes, and you could see. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence can do what he did at Clemson, and
look out.
Now, and also, Leo, we got to talk about this too. He's been with a coach for 1 year now in his offense. He hasn't had that, we're going through another routine. He's been there with the offensive coordinator for 1 year now, so he knows what he's going to do. Now it's going to be 2 years now. So let's see how he progresses because every year he's changed offensive coordinators, and the head coach.
And he lasted, 4 games with Urban Meyer?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm amazed that he can still do something. So, last year was maybe the coming out party of Trevor Lawrence.
Because, it was. Yeah, you're exactly correct.
They got a guy now who knows what he's doing in Liam Cohen.
Well, that's like Baker Mayfield down there in Tampa. He come down to Tampa, and he wasn't doing anything in Cleveland, and he's been through a bunch of coordinators. But every year, it seems like he gets better and better, Baker Mayfield. You know
what, guys? We're going to have to stop, blaming a change of offensive coordinators because here's what's happening right now in the NFL. If you have a really good year, the offensive coordinator is going to get a head coaching job. If you have a really bad year, he's going to get fired.
Right.
To see an offensive coordinator stay with a team more than 3 or 4 years, I don't think you're going to see it anymore.
Leo, you're right, because look at Kellen Moore. He had a good year with Philly, and then he went to New Orleans. So
same thing with the Bucks.
The Bucks,
they lost one, went to Carolina, the other went to Jacksonville after each year, and now they're probably kicking themselves because you got Todd Bowles, which I think Todd gets a bad rap, but what can I tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
No, this guy commented. I saw a video on YouTube while they said that Patrick Mahomes is getting traded to the Falcons. He's never going to get traded. He's not going to get traded. No. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
If the Chiefs traded Patrick Mahomes, then they're throwing.
That's okay. They don't have to worry about Patrick Mahomes. They have Taylor Swift now to help them with marketing.
And why would they trade away a guy who they have a great contract? You know what? 4 or 5 years. You got what he signed this. And everybody said, what he signed, like a 10-year deal or something?
Oh, he signed a big one.
Yeah, and everybody said, "Oh my God, look at that money!" Now, hey, it's looking pretty good.
I gotta say this: they're just trying to all that was the YouTube channel was trying to get clicks. That's all that was.
Yeah.
Can I chime in? The not the Falcons.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jaguars. Leo, I was waiting for Trevor Lawrence for a while to come out to the Clemson side for him to come out. What you said, I was waiting for that. He just never had a good system to go under, but now we'll see what happens there. But like Brian said, they have 2 running backs now. We'll see if I can see them turning it up. I think they're going to give Houston a run, but I don't think their defense is going to hold up. I think defense is going to let them down, and I think Houston's still going to win the division. But that's my take on the Jaguars. We'll see what Liam Combs does, but I can't. He's no Peterson. So
one word though, Duval.
Don't say it wrong, Leo. Don't say it wrong.
Did you ever see his first press conference when somebody asked him? He had no idea. He went, Duval?
Yeah. You gotta say Duval.
Yeah.
All right. One thing, speaking of NFL, Doug Peterson, former head coach of the Eagles, former head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, worked under Andy Reid, has gotten a job from CBS Sports Inside College Football Show. He'll be part of that. Congrats to Doug Peterson. Good guy, good coach. Just didn't do well enough in Jacksonville. And, sometimes.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to buy a dinner meal in Philly, that's for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So, all right, let's get into the AFC South. Let's continue here. Indianapolis Colts. Shane Steichen and the Colts. Richardson, bad pick. Daniel Jones hurt from last year. What are we seeing here in this mismatch here? I call it, I guess. Pensman, go ahead.
Well, at least Daniel Jones can have his shoelaces untied still, but I don't know. We'll see what the Colts do. They've been up and down since Peyton Manning did. They thought they had something with Richardson, but Richardson was a bust. So I thought Richardson was going to come out and set the world on fire, but the last couple of years he's been a bust. So I'm not. We'll see what happens. Jonathan Taylor's going to carry the weight like he always does, and we'll see what happens with T.Y. Hilton, see what he can do to help the team. But I don't know. The Colts need help. So,
Leo, go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what the Colts need? A daggone healthy quarterback. Because until he got hurt, they were the number 1 team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, guys, because of the money that these quarterbacks are demanding right now, your backup quarterback, it is like light years the drop off between the first guy and the second guy. They don't have the money to do that.
And Leo,
the Baker Mayfield signing is going to set a whole big tone for that. And I'll tell you what, the Buccaneers are sitting in the driver's seat because, if I'm Jason Light, you know what I would do? I would offer Baker $60 million a year. Not guaranteed, $60 million. And then we come up with the guaranteed number. You know what that does? When Lamar Jackson comes up the next contract, he's going to go to Baltimore. Hey, I'm worth at least 62. And teams can't. This is unsustainable. They're trying to get somebody to back off that number. But the difference is once you get that guy who you think is that guy, you'll spend anything for it. I think what the big thing the Bucs have going is, okay, if Baker, they let him play out his contract and he goes somewhere and they don't win, they've got to win the division. If they don't, Bowles is gone. You don't want to have a quarterback for a new coach that's already tied to 2 to 3 years. So I got a feeling they're going to let him play this out, to be perfectly honest. But
he should have been out last year.
Has one thing that the other 3 teams don't have: Jonathan Taylor, a dependable running back.
They have a running game. Yeah,
exactly. Because what's the 3 things that are the quarterback's best friend? a good offensive line, a really good running back, and a great tight end to get over the middle.
Well, like they say, the
Indianapolis
play.
has all three. It's just a matter of they stay healthy.
Like they say, the play don't work unless you have the right actors. So
You got that
we'll see.
right.
So if you have the right people, right backups, right everything, it'll work out for you. Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on this here? Go ahead on the Indianapolis
fire.
Colts.
That's all I'm going to say. It's a dumpster fire. They need help every which way. They need it 180 degrees.
Yeah. Now that you have the Ursay kids running the show there, you know what I mean.
Indianapolis Giants.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys, let's move on here. Tennessee Titans. New coach, Robert Saleh. Offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. Does Cam Ward come out of his shell and become a good quarterback? Tennessee Titans, what a dumpster fire this is. Brian, we'll start with you, go ahead.
I think they can be a little better than what they did last year with a new coaching staff, and also they got a new stadium too. So let's see how this turns out. I mean, I haven't read much into them, but I just hope they actually play good this year and not be a dumpster fire. But I think they'll be mid part of, I think they can be in not the playoffs, but I think they'll be in the hunt. But I think at the end they got to stay healthy. At the end, I think they'll fold, but they got to stay healthy too.
Oh yeah, Pensman, good.
Everybody in Tennessee is expecting to see the Cam Ward that was in college. Guess what? It takes a couple of years to develop up to that. Trevor Lawrence has not gone there. Kenny Pickett has been with 500 organizations. He's still trying to he's still trying to figure out his way. But just be patient. But I don't know. I think Cam Ward is eventually going to come out and be the player that he was in college. But I don't know. They need a good running game after they got rid of Derrick Henry. The Tennessee Titans haven't been done anything. Back in the day, they used to have Derrick Henry. They had Tannehill. They had A.J. Brown. Now they're looking for that team again, but it's going to take a while to build that up. And Bailey, to answer your question, I have no idea. The Chiefs will be the Chiefs. The refs will always be on their side. So,
yeah, and plus they have Taylor Swift now. So there you go.
There you go.
So Bailey asked, "What do you think about the new Chiefs roster?" That's what I think about that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Leo, go ahead.
What people fail to keep in mind is if you're the number one pick, you're going to a bad football team. Unless somebody trades up to get you, you're going to probably the worst team in the NFL. You're not going to turn that thing around. You're not the only missing piece to that puzzle. That's for sure. You don't see teams that finish 32nd jump up to the top 10. Doesn't happen. If I'm Robert Saleh, I'm looking at the schedule, and I said, I got to find 2 more wins than I had last year. I got to show improvement. I got to show positivity. That's the first thing. If I go in there thinking, well, I got to make the playoffs, that's not going to happen. You got to be realistic. Now, you can't sit there and tell your team, hey, guys, we're not going to go there. But in your mind, you got to figure out, okay, when we're, let's say, 4-6, what's the motivation speech in the locker room? Because
finish strong.
No, I'll do Bill Belichick. Just do your job.
Give me that again. That was classic.
Bill Belichick, just do your job. That's all.
Yeah.
As long as you do your job, you'll win.
Thank God. Got to play for pride.
Yeah, thank God Bill Belichick isn't a fireman because he probably couldn't, get people out of burning buildings.
Hey, I got a good one for you. Remember Ray Rhodes? He used to coach Green Bay and Philly and all that. Yeah. Well, Ray Rhodes said one time Steelers were playing the Eagles in a preseason game, and he goes, "We have to win these preseason games in order to get our season off the right track." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Really?"
Bailey says I'm hating. I get it. Some calls were wrong, but at the same time, you're hating.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see what we got here. Comment.
I think I lost the sound again. Let me
Oh,
jump
you're
out
still
and
good.
come back in.
No, you're okay.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
can
you
hear you.
now. So, all right,
No,
let's
I'm
see here.
not-
Somebody says something about the Falcons here.
Yeah,
see if I can
that's the
find
that's the Falcons trade that Patrick Mahomes was linked to.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I mean, Eric Bieniemy's going to be a good offensive coordinator, but I don't think he's that good. You know
And
what I mean?
hey, also send us prayers out to him,
His family,
also his
yeah.
family, yes,
Yeah,
dealing with what he had to deal with this week. So
that's sad.
That's sad
Yeah.
too. You know,
Yeah, that's sad. And
Condolences to
you
his
know what's
family.
sad about all that? Eric Bieniemy has had a lot of bad luck. I mean, he was supposed to probably be the new head coach at Kansas City in the first place. He should have never went to Washington and defected there. He was looking for a coaching job. Then he went to useless. I call him useless LA because they don't play that great anymore. UCLA. So then he went to useless LA, and turns out that it didn't work out there. So now he's back in the NFL. He's with the Bears last year as a running backs coach. So he's been, you might as well call him Suitcase Bieniemy because he's got that suitcase packed up, ready to go and move around. And, we'll see what happens. But I think he's in his fit and mold now this year. But to have this distraction, that's like when Tony Dungy's son committed suicide, and he had some issues trying to get through the season because of that. And that's going to be tough for the Chiefs and for Bieniemy too. So,
you know what, guys?
Don't
I hate
forget
to-
about Andy Reid.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
go ahead,
to
Leo.
bring up, bad stuff, but I was the one that broke the Tony Dungy's son story.
Wow. Well,
I had a friend of mine who was on the EMTs, and he called. Literally, I'm on the bicycle, and he called me and said, "Hey, look, Tony Dungy's son just committed suicide."
oh, yeah, that was tough.
I called my buddy up at NFL Films, and I said, "Hey, this is true, but I'm not going to release it. I'm going to give it to you." And he said, "Okay, great." So, but that was terrible because just if you knew James Dungy, this didn't fit the mold. He was the life of the party. Everybody used to say, when Tony was there, they'd ask Jose Garcia, who was the chef, who ate the most? James Dungy. My God, he never stopped eating. So yeah, it was a terrible time. And the fact that Tony got through it was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And let's hope Eric Bieniemy gets through this too. Like I said, he's had a rash of bad luck lately, and I think that maybe things, as soon as this ends, maybe things will get a little bit better for Eric Bieniemy. All right.
Hey, let me throw this out to you. Everybody talks about why did he leave Kansas City? Maybe the Hunt family told him when he came in and said, "Hey, look, when Andy Reid leaves, am I going to get that job?" And they may have said no.
Yeah.
Now he had to move.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. All right. Let's go around and do our local stuff here. Leo, we'll start with you. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Rays, whatnot. Go ahead.
Well, the Rays are still sitting atop of the AL East, and I think they're doing it with mirrors because their whole mantra has always been pitching and defense, and that has kept them in. They don't run away with things like the Dodgers, but they're always there till the end. And what they hope for, and this is what the Dodgers haven't figured out. When you get to the playoffs, it's not a 5 or a 6 man rotation. It's your 3 best guys. And all of a sudden, the Dodgers are seeing that. They're trying to figure out now who their 3 best guys are. The Dodgers have 6. And now with Ohtani hurt, I think it's going to go down to 5. So they got to figure out who that is. But the Rays are on a roll. The Bucks, they just opened up training camp last week. USF starts next week. Welcome to football, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know it. All right, Pensman, go ahead. Pittsburgh Steelers and more. Go ahead. Pirates made a trade yesterday, a real good one, too. But go ahead, Pensman.
The Steelers are in training camp. Please tune into my channel. I've been doing clips, and TJ Watt came out. That's the latest one. TJ Watt is entering his 10th year. That's the latest short. I've been doing clips of them throwing the ball and the wide receivers getting to work. And then I have some other shorts as well. I'm going to put up later as training camp progress. But Leo, I need to confront you on something.
Lay it on me.
The Tampa Bay Rays are a good team, but the problem is the Yankees can't catch up to them because we are getting hurt.
They can't get healthy. You're exactly right.
Yeah, the Yankees went to Philadelphia, and then Cody Bellinger slides in and pulls a hamstring. Judge is probably going to be out till September. The Rays are good, but it's right there. It's just when the teams are losing, the other team wins. That's the main problem of the AL East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, go ahead, Brian. You're up.
Well, I'm just going to tell you this. I am actually going to tell you this, guys. Wednesday this week, I am actually taking Easton to the Greenville Drive baseball game. So just letting y'all know that he's actually going to go to his first, baseball game this year. So, yeah, I'm going to take him to the baseball game. So that's just news. So, but that's what I was just letting y'all know. So he's going to go to a baseball game with me, and it's kind of like a work-related baseball game. So, yeah. So I think he'll have fun. I hope he does, but nothing majorly comes out right now. But we do have college sports this week, though. A lot of college teams are actually going to start playing their soccer. And I didn't know if you knew that, Leo, or not.
Oh.
So Clemson starts.
Have not. Yeah. Brian, I got a question, though. If he wasn't a good boy, would you have to take him to the Charleston River Dogs?
No, yeah, I think that's been a long way away.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Clemson starts actually their soccer against Tennessee this Wednesday at 12 p.m. So, women's soccer is starting real quick, So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get started. Let me get into here. The Steelers on Mike McCarthy made a statement this week that he is not where there'll be no tackling at training camp. Kind of got a little scrutinized for it. They asked some tough questions this week, so we'll see where that goes, and we'll go from there. Next, the Pitt Panthers have a problem. They have three athletes that one of them is a starting wide receiver, got involved in some criminal activity on campus. And as of right now, all three players are suspended, probably will not play the season because of what's going on. They were arrested for illegally riding a dirt bike up a busy sidewalk in the middle of the Oakland community of Pittsburgh. And, so here we are again, Pitt having some bad luck. I call it the Jackie Sherrill curse. Ever since he left, Pitt has done nothing. And so there you are with that. The Riverhounds, on the other hand, they lost the other night. My friend Claudia Rosano, and they had the Italian-American Hall of Fame there, and they lost 1-0. And the Pittsburgh Passion lost their championship game to Minnesota last week, 42-14. So very disappointed in the Passion. I thought they would win. Leo's gone for the morning.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that's the issue there. And, that's everything for me right now. Go ahead. All right.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, Leo's back. All right, let me get him back up on the screen here real quick.
Hey, one last thing, Ralph, before Leo goes.
Yeah.
Leo, and I know that you're not, I know that you're big in the NFL too. And I just found this out yesterday. And I know the Madden game's coming out real quick. Who do you think the top 5 overall? I know you don't follow it, but who do you think the top 5 in this game would be, the new Madden NFL? Who do you think the top 5 teams overall? Who do you think they would have as their top teams? His mic's not on.
Leo, your mic's not on. Leo. Oh, there you go.
No, still not on.
Can't hear you, Leo. Your mic's not on. Microphone. Try it now. All right, we'll get Leo has to leave at 11 o'clock anyway.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he's still got 4 minutes, but go ahead, Brian. What were you saying?
Yeah, no. I just wanted to get y'all's expectation of what the top 5 NFL teams for the Madden game coming out. What do you think would be the overall who you think they would win actually, or who do you think actually would beat?
How's that? A little better?
Yeah,
guys?
that's better,
okay.
Leo. Much better. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leo.
Brian, ask Leo. Good.
I
Okay.
think you got to take Seattle right away because, they're the defending Super Bowl champ. I think you got to definitely take the Rams because they're going to score points. When you look at the three other teams, I think Philadelphia would be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think Kansas City would be one of them because they're going to be playing with a healthy Patrick Mahomes. And I think Denver.
Wow.
With Bo Nix. And so
Okay.
Wow.
All
I'm
right.
saying Denver, Kansas City, Philadelphia, Seattle, and the Rams.
What do you think, Pinsman? Who do you got for the top 5? And I'll reveal these.
I have the Chiefs, like Leo said. I have Philadelphia, like he said. I have the Baltimore Ravens as 3, and I have the Atlanta Falcons 4. Falcons are good if you know how to use them, and then I guess the I don't know who the 5th one would be.
Okay.
I mean, Seattle would be too because
Okay.
like
You ready? Now I know
Yeah.
this is just ratings and this is what they gave us. And I know this is not real. This is a game, but this is how they say it. Los Angeles Rams, number 1, defense. They give them an 88, offense 83. Philadelphia Eagles, an 88 overall, 88 on offense, and 87 on defense. You ready for this one? Detroit Lions, 87 overall, 91 on offense, and 83 on defense.
Wow, I never thought Detroit.
Baltimore Ravens overall, 87,
yeah.
90 offense, 87 on defense. And the round out Denver Broncos at 86.
Yeah, that Denver thing just throws me off. I never thought Denver.
Yeah.
Never thought Denver would be in the top 5.
And if you're a Dallas fan, you're going to be at 83, which is 14th out of the 32 teams. And the last one of the 32 teams is Miami Dolphins. They rate them at a 74 offense and 72 at defense. So that's just some of the ratings, So, and the Titans are 31. So we just talked about that. I was just looking at that. But no, that's just the ratings that they gave this game right now that's coming out in a couple of days. So just going to go over that. Just had some fun with that one,
All right. Closing thoughts, and everybody tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. Leo, we'll start with you because I know you got to get going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got to get out of here, guys. Sorry about that. Check us out on Amped Up Sports on Facebook. I got 2 more Bucks interviews that I got to put up tomorrow and Sunday. Starting to, anything NFL you put up on your site, people are going to go to. I'm sorry. It's like the golden goose. You can put up I put up a 20-second question to Coach Bowles. It had 1,200 views before the night ended. So yeah, you get a bunch of things happening. But stick around. Football is going to come in earnest next week, and then come September, they're starting to play. So keep an eye on that. And Pensman, I hate to say this, but I hope the injury gods keep biting the Yankees in the butt.
I know. I was expecting that.
I'll try to slip in the Cubs a little bit too. The golden.
Hey, I tell you what, the Pirates yesterday made a really great trade. They got Fernando Tatis's kid, Jr., and they got Mason Miller and another pitcher. So and they got rid of that bum Osuna. I mean, that guy wasn't even batting his weight. And last year he had 40 home runs. This year he's got 8. So bye-bye. And he can take his whatever high salary they paid him for this year and take it with him. So
man, Isaiah's not here. I was gonna get his thoughts on that trade. Maybe he'll be a Pirate. Maybe he'll be a Pirate fan now.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
I'll tell you what, Atlanta Braves are putting it down this year too.
Yeah, the
Guys,
Braves
run.
always. All right, Leo, thank you. Have a great
Leo.
one, Leo. Thank you.
Take care,
Thanks
guys.
for being part of the show. Yep. Leo Haggerty of Amped Up Sports, and All right, Brian, go ahead with your closing remarks and tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, on Sports Break Media, and multiple platforms. Just type it in, the Sports Break Media. So,
all right, Pensman, go ahead.
Just before I do that, to just let you know that SummerSlam is tonight. So Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and a couple other good ones, Gunther and all this is finally selling the score. And just want to let you know that that's today. But please, 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 please tune into my shorts. I blow them up, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry I haven't been on that much, is because I've been working and been away. I've been sick. I've been this. I've been that. It's no excuses, but life throws a curveball. But I always post shorts when I can. I do a lot of remixes. I'm trying to teach Brian and Ralph how to do remixes, but they'll get it. They'll figure it out, and then we'll all get remixes. But that's what I do on my channel. There's a lot of football coming up. The Yankees are limping their way into the playoffs, so we'll see what happens with that. Football's coming up. I'm going to do Steeler content when they come in, so please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. And please help Brian and Ralph get their goals as well. So subscribe. You can email me at pensmansports@gmail.com as well.
All right, thanks, Pensman. All right, you can reach me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network. We weren't on Facebook this morning because I had to use a different software system and it wouldn't take the Facebook. So, but we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, Kick, and the YouTube Network as well. Ralph Williams, RW Media. Don't forget my radio shows every Saturday morning and also this afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. Now, programming note for tomorrow. Tomorrow on Sunday for the Ralph Williams Show with Tony Moreno, we are replaying last week's show because of a power outage at the radio station. So, therefore, both hours from last week will be aired from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and Tony and I will be back with fresh material for next weekend. So, just to let you know what's going on there. Our guest will be Brian Weissmandel, the head of the Republican Party for Allegheny County.
Hey, so, you might want to look at that last comment. I'll let you take care of that comment.
All right, let's see here.
Why don't you cover boxing? It says,
I'll tell you what. We do cover boxing on the Sports Corner show because we have three guys who had a show called The Boxing Authorities. Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, and Smoking Jim Frazier. I let them cover boxing. And by the way, boxing isn't what boxing used to be. Boxing is not that great anymore. UFC's taken over. Wrestling is taken over. Nobody really follows boxing that much. And, you got to bring back Floyd Mayweather and all that and have him fighting people fighting Mike Tyson and all that just to get some kind of popularity back in boxing. Jake Paul almost got his block knocked off in the last fight. So you know what? He's down for a little while. So boxing is not as great as it once was. I know there are people who still watch it faithfully, but I don't watch boxing unless it's somebody that I know, like Mike Tyson or somebody that comes back or something.
Bailey wants to know what you think about the Chiefs moving to Kansas.
No, they're moving to Missouri somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Indiana. Moving to Indiana.
That's Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, you know what? Kansas City and Chicago, they're two-storied franchise. They got to do what they got to do. Public money's not there anymore. People are turning it down. Look at what happened in Oakland. Look at what happened in several other cities where they turned down public money. In fact, that happened in Pittsburgh in the mid-'90s. They turned down public money, but they found a way to get it done. And, Kansas, if they're moving to Kansas, good for them. If that's what works. I mean, these cities nowadays are not forking out these monies. They're making the millionaires and billionaires that own these sports franchises pay for it. Let me give you an example. The Kahn family down in Jacksonville has pitched in 50% to help out with Jacksonville's new stadium. And there's a few other owners that have pitched in and done some things because public money's just not there anymore. And, in a lot of places. So for them to build something brand new with public money is not going to work. So if they have to leave, that's fine. Chicago's leaving too. So I mean, there's nothing. You think it's a disgrace, but when you look at it, it's the common way of doing it now. These cities are just not going to give that kind of money anymore.
Ralph, this will make you happy. Somebody put these. I enjoy your wrestling coverage, but just curious because I'm interested in Caneo's comeback fight.
Who?
Caneo's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that should make you happy that somebody's enjoying your wrestling.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, thank you for that.
Yeah, he does a good job. Ralph does a good job, and also that I'm helping him out also on the wrestling show on my channel, Sports Break Media, too. So
I appreciate that, by the way, Brian. Thank you, Pensman, as well. And thank you for your comments as well and participating in today's show. Coming up this afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m., the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree on AM 1250, The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial in Pittsburgh. And also don't forget tonight after SummerSlam, 15 minutes afterwards, it'll be myself and Brian Pettit possibly. We're going to be doing the SummerSlam post show. We're going to talk about what happened in tonight's events. Great card on SummerSlam on both nights tonight. The match of the night, I think, is going to be Gunther versus Nick Aldis. And I believe that that's going to be the fight of the night other than Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. And, I actually believe that the Saturday card's better than the Sunday card.
CM Punk versus Cody
Rhodes. That's going to be a good match too. Yeah. And, so we'll see what goes on. And tomorrow for SummerSlam, afterwards, we'll be on 15 minutes after the event. So I just want to let everyone know we're here on our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network as well. I'm Ralph Williams for Brian Pettit and Pensman Sports and Leo Haggerty. Have yourself a great one. And by all means, please be safe. Thank you.